so much food for thought, and my head feels very full, my heart feels very full. I want to talk a bit about the rage. As if you've heard my laugh, I have equally the same amount of a short temper. So as loudly as I can laugh, that's how quickly I can get really pissed off with something. And so rage and violence, which I have inherited from my family, gives me pause to think what it is and what we can do with it. And I think about art practice and how, okay, well, before the art, I'll talk a little bit sciencey. If you take cornstarch and water and you mix enough and you get the perfect balance between the amount of water and cornstarch, you have something between a solid and a liquid. If you hit it like this, it will actually hurt your hand and it will crack like a solid. But if you hold it up in your hand and you pour it, it elongates and it drips through. And so for me, my own challenge is to know how to take that and to make it drip through and stretch it out. And I think that there are certain art practices that teach us that. And so if you, and instead of harming yourself, what can you do to stretch it out that creates a collaboration in that pull? And if anyone has ever made wet felt from the wet felt method, it involves a great deal of violence. You take this soft, mushy fluff that's just like an entanglement, and you start whipping it down on the floor as hard as you can go, and you start saying shit and all these things that are pissing you off, you start whipping it down. And then after you let it dry and you hang it up, you have the most delicate, beautiful fabric that you've made. And so I think that's the challenge that I face with what I'm hearing here. How do we take that POW, break it, and make it transforms? And if something like that already exists in our practice and in a way of thinking and in a way of streaming, then I know that we can take that kind of transformation from what we know of reconciliation so far.
Yeah.